Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, and so is Foundations. It's just MTG Arena, and I'm super excited to get into playing some of the new cards. Taking a look at Pioneer Explorer Elves here, which got a ton of new tools. To the point where we're not even, there are a few different builds I want to try out, and this is I think the most exciting one, but there are some cards I'm not playing. Like there's no Imperious Perfects in here, but the cards we do have, firstly, Elvish Archdruid into Pioneer and therefore Explorer. At the end of this month, I'm going to stop saying Explorer and just call it Pioneer, because we'll have Pioneer Masters. And I'm hoping, like, what's he still actually taking polling on that? Like, they're not sure which way they're going to do it. It doesn't matter, it's different. Once we've got Pioneer Masters, it's basically Pioneer. But Elvish Archdruid into the format is amazing for this archetype, which often, like, lacks, like, a little bit of power. Like, it's always need the next, like, thing to get it over the hump. It's kind of been set in tier 2 for a while, but, like, maybe we can get there overall. It has some of the same weaknesses, like, you're still weak to Wraths, you're still weak to some removal spells, but you have way more redundancy, and Archdruid helps to fix a lot of your problems, I think. So firstly, Elvish Archdruid. Tax for green for each shelf you control, is copies of Circle of the Dream Druids. The idea here being that, hey, we need to have one of these survive to make a ton of mana. One of these will make us a ton. We can do like play Elves out that turn, get to go again, use that towards company. But the big new kind of like payoff is Genesis Wave. Green, X. You remember it from Scars and Mirrodin, but reveal the top X cards of your library for any number of permanent cards of mana value X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put into the battlefield onto your graveyard. And so we can try and use Genesis Wave to dump a bunch of things, Elves into play, and then hopefully kill our opponent, either by untapping with them, which would be cool, or alternatively we have Shaman of the Pack here. And when you're dumping like a ton of Elves into play, especially when some of those Elves are making you like tokens, that's pretty good, Elvish Archdruid also a Lord. We have some more Lords here. We're not playing all of them. You can now play 16 Lords in Elves if you want to try and go more of a beatdown style. Here we're trying to do like Genesis Wave combo stuff. But yeah. We still have the Crown Visionary. That's like gives you some card advantage, casting Elves to draw cards when you've got mana. Elvish War Master is another win condition. This here with a 7 mana ability to give your Elves +2/+2 and Death Touch. Obviously also your like best play on turn 2. If you can go turn 1 at Llanowar Elf or Elvish Mystic into War Master plus another 1-drop, all of a sudden you've got a bunch of creatures in play already and you're building your board up. And then the other win condition kind of like that, the kind of other new thing that's recent from Duskmourn is Tyvar the Pummeler. This is kind of under the radar edition. I talked about it a little bit before, but this is the best kind of like mana for mana, like overall effect that Elves have. 3 green, creature you control get +X/+X turn a turn, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Tyvar itself is 3, so it's giving your team +3/+3 for 5 mana. If you're multiple activating this, because the difference between 5 and 7 when you're doubling up, and hey, you need 14 or you need 10 here, obviously the second time you activate it, you've already got the buff in the first one, and those stack together as well. And obviously if you've got Lords in play, this all of a sudden becomes +4/+4. Very easy to kind of like put together lethal damage. The main problem the deck has had is the mana, and that is why I think Elvish Archdruid is like the big get here. And yeah, it improves your beatdown plan as well. That still exists. That's fine. And so we have Elvish Archdruid for mana, we have Circle of Juniors for mana, and then we're also playing 2 copies of Decklist here. I'm playing 2 copies rather than 4, and the reason for that, firstly, Circle of Juniors, you need green. If you have like Nykthos as one of your first 2 lands, then it's a big problem. Stop you doing that. And then also you end into a similar problem with Genesis Wave sometimes. Like it's great when you have a bunch of stuff in play. I mean, you're not going to really be cast this for like 1 or 2 anyway, but hey, it's something to bear in mind. The main thing here is that like if you have 4 copies, you're really likely to draw it with Circle of Juniors Druid and be like, okay, I've got my turn 1 Elf, and then all of a sudden one of your turn 2 lands is colorless and you can't cast this, which is the massive kind of stopgap. We're still playing Collected Company, and so we have 20 lands, including the Turn Timber Symbiosis, which is another way to kind of look at the top cards of your library to get a creature into play. The 4 Genesis Waves, and then the 4 Collected Companies. Collected Companies still kind of your best like catch-up mechanic, best card as control decks to like apply pressure with the 1 card to get multiple threats out, and play it into speed a bit as well. Just super good. And that's it. Other thing to note, I guess, is that we have 2 Jaspera Sentinels down here. I want to have extra 1-drops. We want to go 1, 2, and then keep going. Ideally, we get to go 1 to 3. That's what this deck's really trying to do, and drop Circle or Elvish Archdruid into play on turn 2, where possible, and that will, if it survives, be far ahead of as many decks in the format. The problem is it's surviving. That's why having more copies to have more redundancy there is good, and hey, eventually put it together, go for a big Genesis Wave. The one other thing I want to say is that we're not playing Tyvar here. Tyvar plays a really important role, especially when doing Genesis Wave things, because it gives all your creatures haste on their activated abilities so they come into play. So your Elvish Archdruids and your Circle of Dream Druids immediately you can like cast this off of another one and then immediately tap it for mana, which is huge. It's very, very powerful. The issue really is that if these cost 2 mana, like Priest of Titania does in Timeless or in Legacy, then that's really, really powerful. Tyvark and minus to bring that back. It cannot unfortunately do that for these effects. There's not that much value to be gained recurring like Warmaster and Visionary. They're fine, but you're not doing anything spectacular, and so I'm left Tyvar at home. If we had a way to give creatures in the deck haste, it would be incredible. Like I called at Crossroads, like obviously when you're Genesis waving, you get to just attack all the creatures. You don't need to worry about hitting in the back. But yeah, that's where we are. And then so 4 copies, and then one, I guess, other thing to mention is that Quarter Calling we're not playing any copies of. I think there is a way you can build the deck to play around Quarter Calling, but like there's only so much space you can have for non-creature spells when you're playing both Genesis Wave and Collector Company. Both these cards we want your deck to be as full of creatures as possible, and then you can play a little bit more toolboxy, and I'm going to probably experiment that a bit later. With like, hey, you have like your one of like Reclamation Sage, and maybe you have a Realm Walker and some other bits and pieces with the tools that you can like grab when you need them. But for now, I'm going to try and combo off the Genesis Wave and see how that goes. It might be we don't even get to get a big wave in, but I'm going to take this into some best of 1 ranked. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I'd really, really appreciate it. It helps me out a ton. And yeah, let's get into some matches. All right, first match with the what I'm calling the Elf Wave version of Elves. Here this hand is super slow but has a bunch of very important cards in. However, without a 1-drop it's really hard to, well, even a 2-drop it's hard to justify keeping any of this stuff. It's going to be way too slow for almost every deck in the format. So we're going to put this one back in Mulligan. Alright, we see Spirit Sentinel. That plays well with the Warmaster. I'm probably going to just put the Shaman back. It's probably the weakest of these cards in our opening hand. And the chances are that we need both of these, because one of them will fall over. Bad. Opponent is also mulliganed. Ooh, Plains Recruitment Officer. Humans. Sentinel out. If we draw like a 1-drop elf here, that'd be really nice, so we have something to play off of the Warmaster Sentinel to get another token straight away. That'd be pretty swell. Luminarch Aspirant. Yeah. No blocks. I have a Warmaster. I have no real plans to block with this, so I'm going to attack with it. And then we're hoping we have enough time over the next couple of turns to go like Art Druid into something cool. The worry is if they slam something like an Adel in here, we just don't have time. Here, at least we in theory have space to interact. It's quite tempting to look at blocking the Warmaster. They're actually not going to attack with the Aspirant. So no blocks, let's go to 12. But it does put us in danger of like Brave the Elements. Ooh. I mean, it's hard to complain about drawing an Art Druid. However, is this the play? Then the token blocks here, we take a couple of points of damage. I think so, because we're actually racing them damage-wise. It puts us in a position to actually threaten to win with a Warmaster next turn if they don't interact. Yeah. That's to like put together some kind of lethal attack. If we block the token here, we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana, which is enough to activate the Warmaster. We do have to think about blocking at least, or respecting any like haste damage they could potentially have. I can put the token on the Recruitment Officer in. It makes sense for us to make this block. We'll do this, take a bit of damage, see what they actually have. In red, you have to worry about things like a Monstrous Rage, but that's generally not the case in mono white. Like, if they have a trick, it's generally before they attack, or before you block at least. Okay, and they have 2 creatures. Okay. We have access to a lot of mana. 7. Yes, we're not going to make a lethal attack here. We're still kind of dead to Break the Elements type stuff. But we can kind of play our hand out. And threaten a lethal attack next turn. See what goes on. even here, like we have seven attackers. They have 6 blockers, only one of these gets through. Right now. Which is like, wait, what? Yeah. Oh, they are actually gonna attack here. Okay, so I feel like they could have maybe waited. This is a 4/4, it can eat something. On the aspirant, this is a 3/4, it can eat something, eat a 3/3. I think we might as well trade the token here. This blocks here, we're just letting this 3/3. And we've got enough resources to just do this. Oh, what happens if they have like charge? Okay, now they have Brave the Elements. Wait, they cast Brave the Elements after attacks. Ah. If you do this pre-combat, I mean, they're going to get some favorable trades here. If they do this on that, if they just do this and then go to combat, then we just can't block them. Alright. They're on 12, we just have a lethal attack here. And just fan the creature sideways. Yeah, that's rough. I just made a mistake. Okay, kind of got away with that one. Should maybe lost the Brave Elements. Again, just like a handful of 3-drops. Gonna mulligan this. This is also a reason why we don't play more Nykthos. I'm gonna go 5 here. See if we can make anything out of this. Sentinel has to go, I think. It says we want to collect the companies. We can try and rely on these two. Hope to draw into a land. And yeah, we're really gonna be yeah, in a lot of trouble if we don't, I guess. Yeah, the other thing I was gonna say is we've not seen the Genesis wave yet, which is the idea. That's the reason. Come on. Oh, we hit. Incredible. Yeah, no blocking here. It turns out Wizards have decided that you cannot block versus mono red decks nowadays. It's impossible. They have too many tools to just punish you over and over and over again. You can block, it's just hard. Or rather, you don't get a choice in the matter most of the time. Okay, light up is at least like a little bit slower. They're still gonna have a couple of creatures in play next turn. The lightning strike means we have to move pretty quickly. Oh, would have been a good turn to draw a land. This is still okay. I mean, we're still gonna at least trigger both the war. They can't get rid of all the War Masters, though they know we have even more of them coming. I'm kind of putting damage on the board here so that eventually, hopefully, we can hit a company. Actually, trying to keep damage up so we can have a way to get to a lethal attack. Have to imagine that this is kind of something. I'm thinking about double blocking here to buy us some time. I think I will do this. It means like, hey, they can lightning strike one of these. If they have monstrous rage, they can do this, but they're not gonna shoot down the one of the War Masters. We managed to basically absorb some of the face damage here while doing this. So we have company. We should cast company. I'm just thinking about the War Master. I'm gonna main phase this. Oh my. Okay, we have a token to block with. We're at 12. I think I am going to make this attack. I don't really want. Again, I really don't want to block with it. We're lining ourselves up to be able to maybe hopefully put up enough of a wall to at least throw our opponent down a little bit. Soulscar Mage. Seeing more creatures is, like I say, they're not like prowessing too much. Okay, that's a good sign. You can maybe save the Shaman for a win condition. For now, we should probably cast this. I think given the timing, I'll pay with the elf here. Okay, we hit a land. Whenever response, they're going to respond to kill the other War Master. Okay. Again, we're kind of actually saving ourselves some damage here by this stuff happening on our turn and the burn going at creatures. But hey. Yeah, no blocks. Well, no attacks, sorry. They've still 4 cards in hand is loads. I'm going to block the Swift Spear here and declare no blocks here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, Lightning Strike on the War Master again. Like, they're very close to these attacks being lethal. I'm kind of absorbing a bit of the damage. It's not really going the way we want it to, but yeah. I see. So I think this time black, green, well, colorless, and then we're gonna pay green with the Llanowar wastes. Now we really are just rolling through all our resources. Okay, that's tough. Tap land. Look a little flooded. We did mulligan to 5 actually. What am I saying? Force them to have 2 spells here, I think, is the plan. Well, they're gonna have spells, right? So, actually, we're like dead to any trample effect. So I think this is the correct block. Forces them to have 2 spells to kill with the Shaman of the pack, and like this gets over the top of this, but that's fine. Ooh, unfortunately, Soulscar Mage. Actually, if you point that at the Shaman of the pack, I guess if you want to kill this, like, realistically, we're on 5 with like no real recourse, but hey. And I'm gonna say no blocks. Well, no, so we need to draw Collector Company, right? No, okay. I'm gonna say no blocks. They can have whatever. Sure. Any burn spell would do. That's an unfortunate one. The mull to 5 into kind of like getting a little flooded is tough. There's one other thing. We've mulliganed a decent amount. The deck is a little top heavy, but we do still have like 10 1-drops, 8 2-drops. We will absolutely keep this. Yeah, the mulligan hurt quite a lot. The deck doesn't mulligan very well. Like sometimes you can hit like Elf, Druid, Collector Company and feel really good about it, but yeah. This looks like Angels. Depending on the number of like Skyclave apparitions that they're playing, they might not have loads of interaction for us. This version of the deck is a little better than versus Angels. I will now use the Cavern because next time I'm going to want to use the Nykthos. This version of the deck is a little bit better versus the Angels deck, provided we dodge Skyclave apparition. They have apparition here. They also have. Is this thing a cleric? Tell me. No, it's a spirit. Okay, thank goodness. I was like, if this triggers bishop and they end up getting an angel token, I'll be very unhappy. I mean, this is still like not the greatest for us, but it's not as bad as it would have been. The dream is that we get to untap with Circle Dreams Druid, but they managed to find this off the Coco. We can't be that mad. Okay, we're not in the worst position ever. It might be a little tricky. Depends what else they have. So they Coco'd there. They have another Skyclave. Actually, this one's fine. It's like we've got double War Master here. It's not the end of the world. How many times can I say not the end of the world until it becomes the end of the world? Real talk. If we double block here, we get like a 3/3 back. It's actually kind of worth it. Attacks through some of this stuff. We also don't want to like get too far behind in the race. I think this is totally fine. Also, as it's not an angel, it's not giving them tokens off of this. Okay, we hit Genesis Wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're not there yet. This will hopefully help us not immediately die. Next turn we'll play Genesis Wave for however many. Actually no attacks here. But hey. Maybe it wasn't worth. In theory, like, so we can't attack through the bishop, but if we had other creatures we're trying to attack through, it does work out. Okay, this play is mana neutral. We just end up with more elves in play. And then we're not even... We're casting the wave, but it's not even for a big number. 5, 6, 7... Oh, we can just overrun here, though. We only have 3 attackers. We just cast this for 4. See what we hit. And they're not bad cards. In theory, we can... Oh, this can attack now. At which point these may as well attack now. At which point this may as well attack. We have another War Master, so yeah. Let's keep them away from that 27 number. They have a couple of like fine blocks on the 3/3s. The concern is they get to go like Coco into double Righteous Valkyrie, gain like a bazillion life, end up with a bazillion Angels in play. So we have a lot of mana next turn. A lot of mana. They're thinking about how they want to block. Alright, that was our first Genesis wave. It was only for 4, but it is probably winning us the game, which is nice. And that was without having any of our like big mana payoffs in play. Like the next one we're looking at here is going to be for like 20 something. If we drew into another one here, but yeah. All right, opponent's got 5 mana. What do we got? What do we win? Like the downs like here. Oh, okay. They've got their version of Genesis Wave. It's not as good. You know when I said I hope they don't get Righteous Valkyrie and then make a bunch of tokens, then gain a bunch of life and win the game. So about that. I can block. Should I block? No. So end the step, they're going to make 2 angels, gain another... I don't want to talk about it. We hit Coco. What's the correct way to do this? Why have I done this for white? Have I done it for white again? Colorless. Okay, activate this for green. That's a company. Lord's not helping a ton actually. I was looking to see if we hit like a shaman or something like that. We have 7 mana right now. There's not a better Lord effect. We don't have a Tyvar either. I use a 7 mana here. Let's see what the blocks are like. 1, 2, 3. There's 16 elves actually. We can double activate Tyvar. So we can double activate War Master with this out of a Shroud. So I think we might get there. I've not done the maths because if we don't kill them this turn, we're dead. But they definitely need to block with more stuff. If they block like this, then they're definitely dead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blockers. 11. The smallest of those will be doing 10. This is just from the elves. I think they need to block like 5 things. They have the bishops as well, importantly. So like if they, it's not that difficult for them to block enough things to be able to live and swing us back at us with flyers. We have 1, 2, 3. We have ground blockers, but we don't have we don't have Jespira Sentinel back. We haven't had that luxury. Again, this is definitely lethal. But they have to finish declaring blockers before let's see how much damage it is. Yeah, minus 33. Not close. Alright, well, again, our opponent could have avoided that, I feel like. But 2 and 1 so far. I had a pretty unfortunate rest. Again, a hand with like no 1 or 2s. We had 20 of them. I feel like we're getting a little unlucky. But, hey. And we'll keep this on the mulligan. I think we have Elf into War Master Elf. I think I'm going to put the Leaf Ravaging on the top. It would feel very bad to put the Genesis Wave on the bottom, given what we're trying to do here. We have one of the most powerful starts on our deck. And we're going to be immediately given a decision, actually, whether we want to go War Master Elf or whether we want to go Art Druid. And the answer is to go Art Druid. and hope it sticks. Because if it does, then we win. The game is aggressive, but it's pretty close to being just true. Let's see what they have. This, again, looks like angels from green-white stuff. Ooh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I see Razor's Edge ticket, I'm like, okay, this is probably angels. But it could be something company-esque. These, well, this in particular, looking at tokens or... Oh, they have case. Oh, that's nice. For them, not for us, to be clear. Nice for them. That's nice for us. Alright, we have land. We can... green colorless. We're gonna play our hand out. If we have to Genesis Wave for like 2, I'm on board. Or 3 currently, I guess. 3, you know. If we draw a Nykthos, then it's like a little bit more than that, and then, you know, these things happen. Yeah, I wasn't ready for Case the Gateway Express. That'll go on the War Master. Again, like, isn't my favorite, but here we are. It's nice to trade away. Okay, now that we have the Art Druid, it's like, okay, I don't want to trade those. They could have ways to instantly make a token here. I'm just going to say no attacks. Again, some of the other games I've played a bit more like tempo, like, let's get some damage in to make sure that our life total that we can attack. But, hey. Up to it. Okay, it's definitely like tokens or convoke stuff. There's a couple of different, like, some cool convoke cards in the convoke cards in the format. Me doing words is hard. I want to play this elf first. It's mana neutral because we have got Druid in play. Then tap this for green, colorless, green suns. Genesis Wave for 8. What we got? Elf, Cavern. These are all permanents we can put to play. Oh, we hit a Shaman. Let's go. This will name Elf. They're at 10. I'm going to tap a lot of stuff, though. May as well come into the red zone with that token. Alright. Yeah, it seems to be some kind of green-white convoke stuff going on over here. Or like tokens. Ooh, Growing Rights is interesting as well. It's sweet. Up to it's like 3 white mana, 3 white dudes. Just the rabbits. This is one of my favorite names of cards recently. And we'll say that. Wait, we got a nice Genesis Wave win. Alright, last match. Again, yeah, like maybe we want to lower our card a little bit. I'm still like, we've got 20 cards that kind of fit the criteria. I'm going to keep this, but it is oh so awkward. I'm going to put the Dream Jurors on the bottom just because it's the worst of the 3. But hey, hopefully we can get there. Marsh go. Ooh, interesting. Emir tempo might be really rough. Well, I mean, given the fact that we've not played anything on our first turn. Which one's Thief? Thief hits, he makes a treasure. Yeah. Okay. We could lead this game to flyers very quickly. I'm going to take the shot here because it'll be more expensive than paying this a couple of times. And we're probably going to want the overrun team eventually. Yeah, we've just done nothing over the first couple of turns here. It's probably not good enough. This deck is so sweet though. Like, and we've even got to Genesis Wave a little bit. So I feel good about it. There's a Kaito angle. Oh, biting Palm Ninja is brutal. I think this is the one that lets you look at your opponent's hand and the exile card from it. That Elvish Druid is saying goodbye, I think. It can take company though, that's the most powerful card. They're gonna go for the other. Maybe they just have too many answers. Yeah, they're gonna push this or something. Oh, I'm gonna Thoughtseize. Okay. That's not a good feeling. We'll do this. We're leaving them with like cards in play that are hitting us. Because there's still, it's not just it's been ninjutsu, it's hey, just do it. There's also one or more, which is crazy actually. This card's very powerful. And we don't want to block the Art Druid, of course. Our only real hope is to like top deck company. And also hope they don't have like a push here. We have to like block this. Actually, we're on. Just leave this on top. Yeah, we'll block the 5. Alright, what do we hit? So many things need to go right. We don't get to keep this. I was serious when I said we need to stop that company. Oh, you have to remove the menace counter to actually use color card. Alright, they have 2 flyers. If they have anything with ninjutsu, we are deads. Now we're pretty priced to paying life for this. Alright, let's see what happens. No, block the 4, block here, block here. Oh yeah, we know that they have the Thousand Eyes Shadow. It comes in and then makes a copy of the... yeah. Alright. Well, GG's. That was a rough hand. We end 3-2. Some of those matches are kind of rough. Like I said, this deck is like a little top heavy. We have a lot of 3-drops here. But we have like, I don't know, 18 1s and 2s. You could add more just Spirit Sentinels, and like some of these elements like you could trim and chop on. I do think you do want to play basically all these numbers of these cards. You need the Circle of Dreams Druid and the Elvish Archers to enable Genesis Wave. You could try playing that without Coco. I don't recommend that. It's like, especially versus some of the controlling decks in the format, you just need to have it to catch back up and stay in the game, play a little bit of instant speed, make them kind of control when they're able to use their spells. But as you said, like we're more getting a little roughly here. So finding a way to like lower the curve like a little bit, just to have like having the extra couple of Spirit Sentinels would actually be kind of nice, just to have some elves in play to have these as well. But overall, I'm very happy with how the deck like performed. Genesis Wave, even like the little ones, are still really good. We've got so many permanents only because we're only playing the 4 Genesis Wave, the 4 Collector Company. We do have this Turn Tempest Symbiosis. This is here as the 20th land. It could probably the 20th, because we're playing so many mana creatures, this could just be another creature here, but it could be a land. It probably should not actually be the Turn Timber Symbiosis, just because it's a nombo with Genesis Wave. If it's a land or a creature gets put into play, as it is, we currently don't. It's a very, very minor thing that will almost never come up. However, it probably should just be like that, just to make sure it never does. So that's one thing to bear in mind. So I would just like cut this for a forest for now. Dropping down to 90 creatures, 90 lands, I think totally fine for what it's worth. Easy getting flooded a little bit. The downside to that, like you do need to make sure you get 3 mana, and if your first couple of mana creatures die, then you're in big trouble. So finding a way to like cut a little bit, it could even be that we don't need Tyvar, given that we have Shaman of the Pack, Genesis Wave, and like you've got the ramp part of Elvish Master. So you could like chop these down for Sentinels, but something to look at in terms of improving the list. But overall, super happy. The card's definitely super powerful, and like I said, I've got a couple of other different elf versions on the way as well. Some like more beatdown stuff, less in on the Genesis Wave combo thing, and yeah, should be quite interesting. Let me know what you think though, and let me know if you've got any ideas into how to improve the deck. Like I say, this is the very first early version. It's literally the first day the sets come out, and so yeah, I'm very open to feedback. Let me know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do like, subscribe, share the video around. I'd really appreciate that. Again, it helps me out a ton, helps me want to keep making videos, helps the channel grow, all that stuff. And so yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.